Permanent fish fodder. Friday night flies.
Friday night flies. Anything else you had in there? You look like you're deep in thought.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking of what else we could do. But you know what? We've been getting some really good feedback about this pattern we're tying today. And for all of you that fly fish Tunkwa Lake, this better be in your box. Because fly fishing at Tunkwa Lake just got a whole lot better and a whole lot easier. So I'm going to let Scott tell you a little bit about this fly. How did it originate?
It originated, well, it is a, what do you call it, a pumpkin head leech, but
I was thinking more like, how did it originate? Like at the Cloverdale.
I'm getting there. Right? So it's a pumpkin head leech in essence, but with our Friday night flies twists and additions and creativity into it. Spurred onto us from a friend of the show, Friday Night Flies, by the way, which is filmed in Spud Valley Sporting Goods in 1380 Birch Street in downtown Pemberton. That's where we are, so come by and visit us. But anyhow, you see all the stuff in the background every week. But yeah, this year we did a couple of trade shows, and we got to meet a lot of our fans and followers. And we were down at, which one was it? Cloverdale. Cloverdale, and we met some good people. And one of our fans, on the spot, he had this pattern that he needed to get. It's something that he'd always used, and he hasn't been able to find it somewhere around where he lives. So on the spot, I tied him up a bunch. I can't remember his name. I really wish I could. Sorry, bud. But give me an email with your photos of your fish and stuff, and we'll do a little feature for you on Friday Night Flies. But yeah, he described the fly. I know what you're talking about. And I put my own little twist in there, as I always do. Can't just give them a plain Jane, especially when you're getting a hand-tied fly. So we came up with the Tunkwa Lake Leech. No killer in there?
No, it's not. Well, it's we'll leave it up to you. It's going to be killed, but let's go down and we'll show them what it looks like.
So that's the fly right there. This little purple collar that's on there. Bing, bing, UV purple. That is the difference. That's the difference maker right there.
Ties it together, man.
So it was real fun. I was working in the shop, which doesn't happen all that often.
Have you got a UV torch with you?
I do not. I'm sure you guys have one in here somewhere. I have one, but yeah, I was fortunate that I was covering some shifts this week, and two of his buddies came in, and they were going on and on how this was the only pattern catching any fish up there, and they were just up there this week. Oh, good old Sharon is coming in with the UV. There you go.
Oh my God, look at that thing.
Thing glows.
Yeah, you really see it when in the camera.
That's a bit of my signature right there. Is that purple collar on all my leeches. You changed things
on this one a little bit.
This one a little bit. Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly what I did for the gentleman. Besides, I couldn't remember if I put flash in the tail or not. Is the only thing that I didn't know. Other than that, it's the exact same. And every time I do them, I always do them a little bit different. This one here has a little bit of peacock curl in the tail. Normally, I'll put a little bit of different kinds of pearl flash in there. Different colors. I'll use white on the black, or I have some black pearl flash as well that I like to put in there. So that would be the only difference in this recipe. I just couldn't remember what exactly I had put in the tail. But other than that, this is what he was using.
You know what? Throw the peacock and a little bit of flash in this spot. And then you
a little bit of a both?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little combo? Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So we'll get down to tying this thing for you guys. And yeah, do this in black, and I do the same thing, the same pattern in different colors. So you got your light browns, your olives, and my personal favorite, red. So we start off with a size 6 streamer hook, or 8, either or. And we got a 3/16 orange bead. And you can weight them differently by jumping up to a tungsten bead if you like. But I got my bead on there. Super simple. Got her in the vise, and off we go. We're going to tie in. I'd have to just tighten that vise a little bit. There we go. This thread. Aha. The thread's all caught around my okay. So we're just going to. There you go. If anybody says these are edited, they are
there
not.
it is.
I somehow got quite the knot around the one of the legs of my bobbin. So we'll get rid of that.
Well, yeah, I was just shy of some money.
So if you're new to
I'll
fly
have to
fishing, this is
come
how you
back
thread a
next
bobbin.
week to come up. Can I put them on hold or anything? Or
Put it in there,
yeah.
take the
Yeah,
tip.
next week.
If it's a real thin piece, then you fold it over and twist it, but
Just about to know they're here. Yeah. Cool.
just suck it right through. And we get this fly underway again. Alright, so I'm going to tie in right to the back.
That vise is really rocking, eh? Is it tight or is it loose?
The hook's just kind of bending.
Oh.
It's made it a little aggressive. We'll slow her down a little. Alright, so we got tied in. First bit of business we're going to do here. Let's grab our black marabou. I got a couple of feathers here, and I'm going to be peeling the feathers off of each side of the plume. So I'm going to gather it in my thumb here, peel it off. Just get
Going on,
these
turtle? Going on?
stacked up, and I'm going to go to the other side of the feather. Been a little difficult today. Line up my tips.
It's really busy in the store, so I'm gonna. If you need a
Another
hand
pitch.
here with it, I'm gonna help you out.
Yep. We're good for a while here.
Recording. Yeah.
And once again, and it looks like you're gonna have to go to a new plume. So when I'm checking my fibers too, I don't want these ones that are all thick for these tails. I want the nice thinner ones towards the eye of the feather. So you can make these tails bushier, sleeker. It's good to have, if you're doing the same one, to have a bunch of different ones, because sometimes they do perform quite differently. Alright, I'm liking the look of that one. That's a good size. So I'm going to measure this up on my hook length. So I'm just going cast, so it's about hook shaft and a quarter. A couple of nice tight loops right at the back there. Get it tied in nice and tight, right on top. Bingo. I'm just going to grab these fibers towards the head of the bead, and I'm going to wrap right up the body until I get to the bead, and then I'm going to do some nice tight wraps. Right to the back again. I'm going to go in there, trim off these tag ends around the bead. Get this stuff off away from the bead a little bit. There we go. So that's the start of our fly. So what I did on this one a little bit different is I'm going to grab myself a little bit of peacock curl here. And I'm going to tie in 2 strands. I'm just going to put them together here. I'm going to put one on one side and one on the other. And I'll start on your side, why not? And I'm making them the same length as the marabou. Strap them in there.
50 pounds.
I'm just kind of losing its marbles there. There we go. And do the same on the other side. So one.
It's like a box of fucking 50.
1, 2. Let's just giving it a little bit of shine. So sometimes when you're doing these patterns, flash could work for you or against you. So again, just like the bushiness of the tail. Oops, I didn't really want to cut those off. That's all right. 'cause there's one extra thing I'm going to be doing with them. So those two that I just cut off, I'm just going to tie them right back in. There's something else that I do here afterwards. So I just tied them right back in together. That's fine. Brad wants me to add a little flash in there. So yeah, what I was saying about flash is sometimes if you do too much, it scares off the fish. It all kind of depends on the day. If it's really, really bright out, you don't need as much flash in there. There goes the scissors. Whoa.
Starting to come together there, Scotty. Looking good.
So try a little pearl flash on one side. Of course, I got it all tangled up here. I can grab the tips. There we go. I got my one. That's alright, we'll fix this. So I'm just going to grab those, fold it over to the other side here. And again, I'm just having some flash on one side and a little bit of flash on the other. I'm going to grab those bits and I'm just going to trim them off about the same length as the marabou. Don't be afraid of doing them in different lengths. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is grab those tag ends that I have, fold them back towards the back, wrap my thread back to where my marabou was tied in. Bring your thread forward a few wraps, grab all these tips, and a little bit of a twirl. Get yourself a pheasant tail rope. And just tie in a little bit right at the butt there. So you're making a little pheasant tail butt. Tie these off. So if you're not putting the pheasant tail in, then you're going to skip that step. And you're going to go right to this step after you've tied in your flash, which is making a dubbing loop. So I'm going to do a dubbing loop right where we tied that pheasant tail off at. This thread is now going to go all the way up to behind the bead. Dubbing needle or dubbing tool. Now we're going to go to our laser dubbing. And so this black UV stuff is a black and blue combination. So the blue is all that UV. I'm going to get it into our dubbing loop. You don't need to make it too thick. So we got our dubbing loop. Normally I do this facing me. I'll just do it so you can see it. So I'm going to twirl it a little bit. And then before I get it really tightened in there, I just use my fingers lightly and kind of work those fibers that are folded down on themselves. So it just helps it to be a little bushier. And then turn that dubbing loop nice and tight. So that's what we got. Watch out for the camera. Now we're going to wrap this all the way up. And every time I do, I'm going to be pulling these fibers back. Don't pull them too hard, otherwise you pull them right out. Just kind of negotiate them. Makes the fly a lot fuller when you do it like this.
Fuller. It does look fuller.
A lot more robust.
Girthier.
Girth. And we're going to do this right up to the head. So you can see my dubbing loops kind of run out on me. Not a problem.
You got to throw the purple in there anyhow.
Purple's still going to go in there, but I'm going to just nip that off. And I'm just going to do one more little dubbing loop. You can try to dub it in, but it really doesn't have the same look if you dub it in. Take the extra time if you just need 1 or 2 more wraps and just do a quick little dubbing loop.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it?
Doesn't take long, no.
Nice recovery, brother. Nice recovery.
All right, so don't do too many wraps tight against the bead because we still want to get that purple in there. So you can see my thread is still sinking in well behind the bead. So I still got room to do my purple. All right, so we tie that off. Now we go to our purple UV dubbing. And this I'm just going to dub right on. Don't make it too thick. You're not trying to build this huge collar. It should be pretty unnoticeable when you put it on at first. You just want it to have a collar, not a hat. So I just put a little bead on there, and then what we do afterwards, which is the effective part, is pluck it out. So what I do here to make sure that I get it cinched right down nice and tight and I get a lot of dubbing is I just grab my dubbing on my thread and pull it down. So you can see you got a nice little bead there. A whip finish. And that's the other nice thing about leaving the correct around a room is that that thread cinches down right behind the bead. It's kind of protected then. So
what color is that bead? Is it orange?
It is orange.
Yeah. That's weird how the LED light is hitting the top of it. Makes it look like it's yellow on top, but it's actually orange the whole way through.
So I'm just going to take my dubbing needle now and pull this purple out so it kind of capes over the fly. So it's a little bit less of a hot spot and more of a hot coat.
You know what? I'm going to open up question and answer just in case anybody has any questions.
Yep.
That's one thing. And Sean Mooney, of course, is in the house.
Nice.
Says, hey guys, Sean Mooney here.
Hey Sean, welcome to the show.
Yeah, we thought you'd like this one. Try it out with all your little rainbow trout up in, where's Sean from? He's from Maine or something?
Yeah, he's in the States somewhere.
Down in the States, down below. Anyhow, nice to hear from you, Sean.
Yeah, so if there's any parts that you need to beef up a little bit with some dubbing, just kind of pick it out with your dubbing tool or your dubbing needle. Other than that, that is the finished product. It seems that most of my flash has fallen down to the side, but whatever. Just pick those little up and move them. There we go. That's looking good. There we are. Boom.
That's it.
Tunkwa Lake Leech. Be the envy of your friends.
No longer safe. The poor rainbow trout of Tunkwa Lake. Oh, he's Sean Mooney. He's a banger.
Banger? Thank you.
Okay, well,
that's all I got.
We're going to go up top.
Go up top. We'll sign out. We'll get ready for the next show. So thanks for watching us. I'm Boulder. Try this pattern out. It's a great searching pattern wherever you go, but definitely it's a winner in Tunkwa Lake. Tested and proven.
Yeah, he told us that he caught like 30 fish in just an afternoon of fishing. So
yeah, and none of his other buddies were getting anything. So
right away, he was on the phone trying to get more of them.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's why he was calling today.
So if you're needing some, where do people go to get them?
Yeah, if you want flies like this tied up for yourself, you can email me at scott@fridaynightflies.com.
Had to think about that for a second.
Yep, I did. I did. But yeah, go through FridayNightFlies.com and you can see all of our shows all listed there, and you can get a hold of us. Go to the contact page. That'll get you my email. Shoot me an email. Pictures are always helpful, and yeah, we do custom work for you guys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
As usual, tight lines.
Love the tug. We'll be back.